Welcome to Monday, June 10th, 2024, your Day Weather Podcast being brought to you by Wyoming State Parks. Well, summer is here. Now is the perfect time to start making plans for those summer adventures. What a better place to spend time outdoors than a Wyoming State Park or historic site. Visit wyoparks.org for more information. Well, a lot of you experienced severe weather. Many areas on Saturday, not as many areas, but few areas, especially central and northern Wyoming and a lot of Colorado on Sunday. Well, again today, severe weather is going to be a possibility. Then the air mass dries out some, but we've got a frontal system, we've got an abundant moisture pattern. We have all the key ingredients: abundant moisture, a trigger, meaning that frontal system, and good daytime heating. So we're going to see severe weather today. It's just a matter of where. We're going to have this north-south axis, as you'll see here in a moment, of strong to severe thunderstorms. So be prepared. Hail is a pretty big risk today, along with the other nastiness that you'll get with thunderstorms. Now, drier air comes in Tuesday through Thursday. Not saying there won't be thunderstorms. There certainly will be, especially in the central and southern Rockies especially, as we get into midweek. But a lot of the region will see things settle down a bit. However, a trough comes up from the southwest and moisture increases for thunderstorm coverage picking up again by Friday and Saturday. It's that time of year. Now, we had some fabulous weather before the frontal systems and the moisture and everything came in. This is from late last week in Jackson Hole. And then here's a sign of the season: pollen getting blown in out of the Black Hills into the Sundance area. You can see the haziness there. Now, let's take a look at kind of what evolved on Saturday. This is a satellite loop that will show the blow-up of the severe thunderstorms that occurred Saturday over southeastern Wyoming, northern Colorado, and parts of Nebraska. If you go back to late last week, we talked about how there was moisture increasing from the west with some upper level energy, and we had some moisture coming in from the southeast, kind of a convergence right into southeastern Wyoming in this region here. And that certainly led to the development of the thunderstorms that blew up. And you can see this axis right here of cloud buildup, cumulus building and growing. Mid to late morning, getting off to a really early start Saturday. But let's put this thing in motion here and see what happens. Watch right here as we go forward and watch the thunderstorms blow up, and then the supercell that developed over southeastern Wyoming, and then more thunderstorms that spread and developed south and east as it all came together. It happened very rapidly, and for those folks in northern Colorado and southeastern Wyoming, western Nebraska, you certainly saw that take place during the day Saturday, as we had all the right ingredients come together. Now, the good news is that some of you picked up some great rain. Some of you, of course, missed out. Unfortunately, some of you did experience hail, and that was certainly true in parts of central and eastern areas of Laramie County, Wyoming. And this is what that thunderstorm looked like from Laramie. A lot of times you'll get this. For you folks that live in the Laramie Valley, you look off to the east, and you'll see those big thunderstorms. Just a great shot there of that supercell as it came together in the Cheyenne area Saturday afternoon. And there's a shot, classic shelf cloud situation developing right there with that thunderstorm. And I will post on YouTube a great link to another YouTube that Jan Curtis put together of the development of this supercell as it went through its processes, as the clouds and storms went through the processes on Saturday. And I'll put that on the YouTube channel links below. When you take a look at the clouds, one thing that was apparent was a lot of hail sometimes will show up by showing a greenish tinge. So when you see green, if the lighting conditions are just right, the green color's diffracted from going through the hailstones, and you get this greenish little tint to the clouds, tinge. And if you look very carefully, you can see it right there. See that green? That is a telltale sign that that thunderstorm is producing a lot of hail when you see that green. And there it is. There's the aftermath 10 miles southeast of Cheyenne. Yep, that rain gauge shows 6 inches of water. You see all the hail on the ground as well. A little bit of too much all at the same time, but that's the nature of the beast with these high plains thunderstorms that we get. And we talked about parts getting a lot of rain, especially right here. This is a map of Laramie County, Wyoming. So southern areas of Cheyenne, eastern areas of Cheyenne, very heavy rain, but also a lot of hail, but very little rain on the northwest side of where that storm came together. So it was feast or famine, really, in terms of rainfall. Then Sunday, we had rainbows. Sunday, we did see a little bit of a break in the weather, although Sunday was a very busy day in Colorado with a lot of severe weather. We had strong outflow winds that came from those thunderstorms in Colorado and moved across the Front Range, then northward into Wyoming, coming up from the south. Some of you experiencing some strong southerly winds yesterday. We also had some heavy thunderstorms Saturday around Casper, around Johnson County, Wyoming, yesterday afternoon around KC. And then this is a shot out of Leadville. Look at those storm clouds over the mountains, and look at still how much snow is still there. So wild and woolly weekend. What is the setup for today? Well, wild and woolly again. We have an upper level trough here in the northern Rockies. There's a cold front trailing in behind it. We have deep moisture still holding back here at the lower levels, and you can see that on the water vapor. Water vapor shows abundant moisture in the atmosphere all across the region. So here is that upper level trough over southern Canada, but more importantly, the trailing cold front. This cold front will arrive at the right time, early to mid-afternoon, into this area right here. So this is the trigger. This is what's going to lift the atmosphere, add cold air aloft, and all of that moisture we showed you is sitting here. So we just have to lift it, heat it, and you're going to get some severe weather. Abundant moisture is right along that frontal boundary. This is by noon today. Deep moisture residing here over the Four Corners area as well. And this is by 6 p.m. So you're going to see thunderstorms developing right along behind it. Here's the drier air punching in behind the front. So this is a classic setup where we're going to have severe weather. This is by noon today. Showers and thunderstorms will be off to a fairly good start. And then by afternoon and evening, this is by 6 p.m., there's your north-south axis of where we're going to have these heavier thunderstorms developing today. And then they'll dissipate a little bit after sundown. We'll probably still have central Nebraska into some strong to severe thunderstorms, maybe after dark. And the Storm Prediction Center is highlighting this area right here. Now, northeastern Wyoming, parts of northwest Nebraska, western South Dakota, I think this is ground zero for the worst weather today, but this dark green is going to be an area where you're susceptible to the severe weather as well. Now, this will be updated later this morning, so you might want to check the Storm Prediction Center because we could very well see this yellow have a little bit more of a tail to it to the south once we get an update later today. There is your hail risk. Pretty good hail risk here. Not the time to park the Corvette in the driveway today. Put it in the garage. Tornado risk is there today as well. Drier air, though, comes in behind it. See the westerly flow. This is by Wednesday morning. So a west-east flow like this will bring downslope and a drier air mass into the area. This will concentrate the thunderstorms more down here where the flow isn't as strong and the air is still going to be a little bit more moist down there. But a lot of the central and northern Rockies and northern plains will see a drier air mass. There'll still be some thunderstorms, but not nearly as many. See this guy right here and this guy right here? Well, once this flow loses its straightness, this moisture will start to come back in again, and that'll be later in the week, and there it is. This is by Friday. The high shifts east, the door opens to the moisture again, and so by later in the weekend, we'll see a repeat. We'll see another round of showers and thunderstorms, and during all of this, summertime, early summertime temperatures will be with us. So thunderstorms becoming a lot more part of our vocabulary now, and this is the moisture coming in by Friday. So we'll see the pattern repeat. We'll have a lot of thunderstorm activity today, not as much Tuesday through Thursday. Then it comes back again for Friday and into Saturday. Have yourself a good Monday. We'll see you tomorrow.